Hey, what is going on, guys? My name is ThePromG. Welcome back to a brand new video. As you can see, I'm kind of bringing you a little bit of a different intro than I usually do for my videos. And as you can see, I'm back in my home bedroom for the weekend. I'm decided to make a couple of videos for you guys back in the OG background. And if I move the camera over a little bit, you can see a new addition to the room, that being this big black bookshelf. So here you can see the bookshelf when it's compared to my other shelf right here that you see in the background of my videos. You know, it's considerably taller, almost like 2 tiers taller. And yeah, there's the whole thing, an absolute unit for sure. You may be asking yourself, ThePromG, why on earth did you get a new shelf? And to answer that question, I'll show you the situation that's going on with my other shelf. As you can see here, this thing is just packed to the brim with manga. I'm double stacking, and then I have a bunch of other stuff left over here, all my Vagabond, the real volumes that I unboxed in my most recent unboxing video. It would be an understatement to say that I'm at max capacity, and I have my other shelf at my college dorm right now, so there's not a whole lot I can do except just fill this shelf up as much as I can and just kind of live with it. So the shelf that I bought and assembled today is one from Target. It's a 5-tier shelf. It ran me about $35, $37 with tax. I'll probably be moving stuff around from this shelf, and I'll also be moving stuff from this shelf onto the black shelf, and we'll have to decide what looks best, and we'll have to figure out a way to do it without, you know, any sagging from these shelves, so that will definitely be a task. But yeah, we're gonna have a little bit of fun with this and see what I come up with for this video. So if you guys do enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more manga videos just like this. So without further ado, let's get right into it. All right, so hopefully you guys can see me all right, and you can see, you know, my full body. But here we have this blank canvas here, and then we have this shelf right here. So what I'm thinking about doing is moving, you know, my heavier books that I have kind of just sitting around, such as my Mobile Suit Gundam books that I opened up in my most recent unboxing video, as well as these big old Vagabond Vizbigs. And I think that I'm going to swap out those books with books like Berserk and Gantz, you know, hopefully a little bit lighter, and I can move the heavier books onto this shelf where I know that these shelves won't sag. I also think that the white spines of Gantz are going to look really cool when they're up on this shelf right here. I think that the black will also look really cool on this black shelf, so I'm hoping that this will all work out. And yeah, I'm kind of just gonna go and see where it takes me as I move these books from shelf to shelf, and yeah, I'll try to show it off as best I can. Alright, so as you guys just saw, I moved all the Gantz singles over to this shelf right here, and yeah, we see an empty space on this shelf, as I don't think you guys can see. But yeah, I think that looks pretty good. They're literally the exact same width, so I could fit as many volumes as I could on this shelf as I can on this shelf, and I think they look absolutely amazing. The next set of books I'm going to be moving is Berserk. As you guys can see right here, I'm going to move that, I think, to this shelf right here, so it'll kind of look exactly like I did on this one, and then this will free up some room for some series like Mobile Suit Gundam, The Origin, and Vagabond on this shelf. So I'm going to go ahead and move the Berserk volumes over to its new place. Alright, so now we have all the Berserk moved over, as you can see here. I think it looks really, really good against this black background. And now what I'm kind of thinking about doing is actually moving over Eden, which has always kind of sat on the top of this shelf. I'm thinking about moving that one over to this one right here. And, you know, that only fills up about half of what I can hold. This can hold about, I think, 30 volumes. So what I'm thinking about doing is actually moving Eden and Battle Royale over to this top shelf right here. That'll give me about 30 volumes. I'm not quite sure how the width of each volume is going to play into that, but as far as volume count goes, it'll be about right. And I'm also kind of thinking about moving my Vinland Saga books over to somewhere on this shelf. They are Toon ones and they are hardcover, but they're actually not too heavy, so I think I might be able to get away with it. I think what they suggest is 30 pounds of pressure per shelf, so I don't think I'd break that. I don't think I'm breaking that right now. If I am, it's not really sagging. I think it looks pretty good. But the plan as I have it in my head right now is Eden and Battle Royale on this top shelf, and then maybe we'll squeeze Vinland Saga onto one of the lower ones. So I believe that the next order of business is actually going to be putting Vinland Saga on this fourth shelf. I don't know if you can see it or not, but down here. And I'm also thinking about putting the Planetess omnibuses on there as well. You know, also being a Makoto Yukamura work, I think that it'd do pretty well down there, and it's also the same height as those Vinland Saga books, I'm pretty sure. So I think that that would look pretty cool. Alright guys, so as you can see here, what I did was I put Vinland Saga and Planet Test here on this shelf, kind of my Makoto Yukimaru shelf, and then I had a little bit of extra room, so I decided to put Seraphim by Mamoru Oshii and Satoshi Kon on this shelf as well, and I have Opus actually back in my college dorm, so once I read that and bring it back, I'll put that right next to Seraphim as my two Satoshi Kon works. I don't know if he published any more in his lifetime, but yeah, Seraphim for the time being will be all alone, but once I finish Opus, it'll be right next to that, and I'll still have a little bit more space, so maybe if I get another one-shot, then I'll put it next to that book. And now we're finally to the last shelf on this bookcase, and if you guys know anything about manga collecting, or I guess not even manga collecting, but you know, just the lower you go, the more dust will gather at that place, so this will be the dustiest shelf on this bookcase. So what I'm thinking about doing is actually putting the Akira box set on this final shelf, and then kind of putting some books next to it. I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna do. You know, this is kind of where the limitation of weight kind of just goes completely out the window, so I might put something like Blade the Immortal Omnibuses or Vagabond, or just something a little bit heavier on this final shelf down here. I'm just gonna figure something out, and I'll show you guys what I end up doing. Alright, so as you guys can see, what I decided to do is put the Akira hardcover box set down here, along with the Barnes & Noble exclusive Volume 1, Shiro Himaseo, and Volumes 1 through 5 of Overlord, and 1 through 5 of Astra Lost in Space, just because I had a little bit of extra space, and I think this is like the only completed series that would fit in that place. So yeah, I think it looks pretty good, and I'll show you a kind of brief look at the entire shelf before the end of the video B-roll. Alright, so as you can see, we have Eden 1 through 14, Battle Royale 1 through 15, and the self-print volumes of Eden. Then we have volumes 1 through 40 of Berserk. Then down below that, we have volumes 1 through 37 of Gantz, volumes 1 and 2 of Gigant, and Gantz Minus, the Japanese light novel. Then below that, we have volumes 1 through 11 of Vinland Saga, Planet Test 1 and 2, and Seraphim. And then down below, we have the final shelf that I just showed off. Now what I'm going to be doing is figuring out what I'm going to do with this, you know, original brown shelf. As you can see there, I think I'm going to put all the Vagabond volumes on there, and also the Mobile Suit Gundam, the Origin volumes, and then I'll probably just put some stuff that is still left over from the white shelf that's currently just completely overloaded. I'll put it onto that shelf. I'm going to do a time-lapse of me setting up the original brown shelf, and then I'm just kind of do whatever I can do with the white shelf. I won't show that in the video, but I'll show you guys what I'm working with after the video is over. So yeah, this should be the last time-lapse of the video. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright, so here we have the final finished product of my manga collection here at home. Obviously, some of my manga is still at my college dorm that I'm currently reading. I'm going to give you a little bit of a miniature manga collection, I guess. I'm not really going to go into depth, just kind of show you what I have on each shelf. So starting off with this first one, we have my One Punch volumes next to Blam sitting up on top. And as you can see, I put my newly acquired Mobile Suit Gundam, the Origin volumes over here, along with Syndame and volume 28 of Lone Wolf and Cub. I just kind of put Syndame here because I didn't really know what else to fill the gap with. And yeah, I think it looks all right. Then we have 20th Century Boys and Pluto, again with the Asteroid essays on the end there. Then finally down here, or I guess not finally, we have 1 through 12 of Vagabond and the Vizbigs next to Real. I got those Real volumes in my most recent unboxing, and I decided to put Vagabond down here just because I think it looks better with, you know, how the colors look in contrasting places on these shelves. And then down here we have Blade the Immortal still next to a few volumes of Grand Blue Dreaming, so as I continue to pick up that series, it'll fill that gap. And then over here on the new big black shelf, we have Eden Battle Royale on the top shelf, then Berserk right below it, Gantz and Gigant, or Gigant I guess, down here, my Makoto Yukimaru shelf along with Seraphim, and then on the final shelf we have my Akira, Overlord, and Astra Lost in Space. And then finally over here on my white shelf we have my Full Metal editions next to my Tezuka hardcovers. Then on this shelf we have my Inyo Asano stuff, Pun Pun, Dead Demons, What a Wonderful World, some Batum volumes I recently acquired, and my Prison School volumes, along with my Dora volumes right there that are continued down on this shelf next to my Slam Dunk volumes series I recently finished. Then over here we have, again, some double stacking. We have Knights of Sidonia and Flowers of Evil, and then in front of that we have Ultimo, Siren, and then some random volumes like that Classroom of the Elite. And then we have my anime collection right there. But that's all the manga that I have in my bedroom right now, and the rest, like I said, at my college dorm. But I think this looks absolutely amazing, and I'm just so happy with how this turned out. Yeah, guys, that's a wrap up for this short little video back at home, reorganizing my manga collection and setting up this brand new shelf with all of my amazing manga to make it look really, really cool. But I think this is just absolutely awesome. And if we make any more videos at home, then this will be the new backdrop that you guys see for the video. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. But yeah, also hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more manga videos just like this. So yeah, this has been ThePromG. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and as always, hope to catch you in the next one.